What's up, Greg Lou here. I'm here with Chris. Today we're going to work on some basic half guard passing. Very basic. So the first thing we're going to do is called a tripod pass. In the women's program here, they like to call it the cuddle pass. Either way, what I'm fighting for is an underhook and a crossface. So he wants an underhook, I want an underhook. This is the battle. If he has an underhook, by the way, and I'm about to lose, what I want to do is I want to create a little space. So if you notice, he's doing a great job pulling his elbow back. This elbow makes it really hard for me to put him on his back right now. So he's winning. So what I want to do is sit back, and I want to first go elbow in. So while I'm doing that, I post my far leg, I sit back, elbow in, and then I'm going to pummel my hand under. While I'm pummeling my hand under, I'm going to grab this arm, and I'm going to use my head to push while I pull the arm. And now it's going to be hard for him to work himself back up because he can't mobilize on his elbow. Once I do that, I just use head pressure and push him down until I can get an underhook and a crossface. Now I'm in a good position to start moving. From here, I like to make a little transition. I like to ditch the crossface with my hand and switch to my head. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this hand and I'm going to go right in his collar if I can, or I'm going to grab some gi. While I do that, I'm going to post my hand, and my head is going to go to the opposite side of his head. From here, I'm going to get my butt really high in the air and walk my legs forward. Okay? So let's turn this way. So here I am. He's going to be latched on above my knee. I'm trying to get his feet below my knee. So from here, I'm going to start wiggling and walking my foot up higher and higher and higher. I've only moved this leg so you could see it. My knee has now passed the center line. If you're having trouble with that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this foot and I'm going to start prying it down with my shin and start pulling his arm up. From here, I'm going to start sliding my knee across. Now at this point, they're usually going to be holding onto your foot for dear life. At this point, I'm going to start popping my hips up and driving my knee south. I'm not sliding my knee up. I'm never going to be able to pull my foot out sliding it up. I slide it south and drive my hips into him. While I'm driving my hips, I'm pulling his arm. The last ditch is this foot. I'm going to use my heel to start pushing his top foot just until I can clear that. Once I clear it, I like to switch my hips into a high side control. So I'll pull his arm up, and instead of switching my hips here, I'm going to switch my hips all the way up here. So his arm is basically useless. Let's try this from another angle. Let's just go this way. So you're going to be right here. So we're in a half guard. He's got his underhook. Okay? I'm going to sit back. I get my head involved if I can. I'm starting to grab his arm. You can't see that yet. I can't even find it. There it is. And I'm going to sit up. Elbow's going to come in. I'm going to pummel, and I'm going to push him down with my head as I pull his arm up. Switch to a crossface and an underhook. From here, I get some sort of grip. I'm going to pull out my underhook, my crossface, and I'm going to start cross-facing with my head. My forehead goes on the floor. I'm here. Now watch the feet. I tripod up, and he's going to be latching on. If I need this as a base, that's fine too. I'm going to wiggle, and I'm going to keep walking up till my knee line is cleared. And then I'm going to start crossing it across like a knee cut. If I need to use my feet, I'll use my feet and start pushing. Once I get here, my head comes up. My knee goes down, and I start kicking that top leg. From here, I will pull his arm up so I can go into a high side control. I don't want to come over here. I already have his arm. Let's get it trapped. That way, if I cross-face underhook, I now have this arm trapped as well. We'll do it from the third angle. Let's face this way. Last angle. He has the underhook. I'm going to sit back and post my leg. If I need to use my head a little bit, I will, until I can pummel my elbow in, and then my hand through. My head goes on his shoulder as I pull this sleeve and shove him down. And I look for my crossface. From here, I'm going to grab something, post my hand, my head is going to come to the other side. Okay, he's usually going to be pushing my hip, trying to create space, maybe get to guard. I'm going to start pulling this sleeve up, or pulling up at the elbow, and I tripod. But really high in the air, and I'm trying to work this knee free so I can start cutting it across. Once I get here, it's usually trapped. This is where I'm going to sit up, drive my knee low. While I'm doing that, I'm gonna kick, slide. Now I raise his arm up really high, switch my hips really high to a high side control. 3 points. And there is your tripod pass from half guard.